Potato cakes are definitely a well-loved dish, and rightfully so. They're fantastic. South America has some absolutely fabulous different varieties of potato cakes. Today we're making yapingacho, an Ecuadorian version of a potato cake. It's not just any potato cake, it's stuffed potato cake. Usually it's stuffed or filled with cheese, but today we're gonna do two different types of yapingachos, cheese and beef. Let's do this. To make my life just a little bit easier, I'm gonna go ahead and cook the beef in my Instapot. And I'm gonna add some onion and some garlic and a few other ingredients to spice this baby up. You don't have to cook the beef this way. You can cook it any old way. If you don't have an Instapot, just cook it normally. But if you do, try it. Put it in there, forget about it. We're gonna add some garlic paste, some salt, pepper, and some cumin. These are very common ingredients used in Latin America and especially in Ecuador, and they make this dish simply fantastic. Stir it up just a little bit. You don't need to do very much here. Seal this puppy up, and yeah, my cat was making sure that I was doing a proper job. Put that baby on, and I'm not gonna let it cook for 6 hours, but let's just go along with it. Next up, we're gonna peel up our potatoes, but first and foremost, we gotta wash these babies up because we don't know where they've been, and I don't really wanna know. So let's peel them up and then cut out any little undesirables, Any little extra buddies, they're just not welcome in this dish. Now let's chop up our onions in as even pieces as we can get. This really doesn't matter because they can be boiled pretty much. I really like to boil my potatoes until almost mush because they're gonna be smushed anyhow. So let's just make life, again, a little bit easier. I've always chopped up my potatoes really small when I make any type of mashed potatoes, and I really let them start falling apart before I turn that fire off, because it just, again, makes the mashing process so much easier. When the potatoes are done, go ahead and drain them. A little suggestion to keep your pipes nice and healthy. Turn on the cold water while you're running hot water down, believe it, good idea. Put your potatoes in another dish if your pot is not big enough to mash these babies, as mine was. Yeah, learn from the Blondie folks. Mash these babies up. We're gonna season with a little salt and pepper and some achiote oil. Achiote, you learned a little Spanish there, achiote. Achiote is a reddish orange condiment and food coloring taken from the seeds of the achiote tree, native from the tropical countries of America, AKA in this part, South America. Yeah, baby, I really grew some biceps there. This was hard. Let's get all the other ingredients ready for our sauce. We're gonna chop up a yellow onion. Well, I'm going to anyhow. You do if you follow this recipe. Chop it up nice and fine. One thing that is very common in Latin American cooking is fine chopping. In North America, we like things a little bit thicker in our cooking. In South America, very fine, kind of European style. Now, very important, we're gonna heat up about 2 cups of milk for our sauce. Then in another saucepan, we're gonna put in a little more achiote oil. If you don't have achiote oil where you are, just use normal oil, it works just the same. To this, we're gonna add our onions and a little bit of garlic paste. This really makes the flavors more intense and absolutely scrumptious. Add a little bit of chopped parsley and keep on mixing. To this, right now, at this point, we're gonna add our peanut paste. Please do not put in peanut butter. If you put in peanut butter, I promise I will go to your house and I don't know what to do, but believe me, it will not be good. Peanut butter does not go in this dish because peanut paste is not sweet. Peanut butter is very sweet and we don't want that. To this, we're gonna add a little bit of salt, pepper, and cumin. Stir that baby up, make sure it's all stirred up, everything is well combined, and then turn it off so it doesn't get too thick. We're gonna grate a little bit of queso fresco, fresh cheese. If you don't have that, good old mozzarella is still good. Let's shred our meat, and then we're gonna start making our yapingachos, or our potato cakes. Roll those out into a ball and then kind of flatten to a disc. We're gonna fill some with cheese and some with our meat. Pat, make sure the cheese is well hidden because we don't want that coming out when we cook it. This is optional. To another cake, you can add the beef. Again, the beef again here is completely optional. You do it if you want to. I wanted some cheesy, I wanted others beef. You can do all beef, all cheese, whatever floats your boat. How you want it, you do it. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil or whatever oil you have to a saucepan, and we're gonna get these babies nice and golden because that's exactly how they should look. Absolutely fantastic. We're gonna We're gonna cook up a few sausages, and I know you see the paper on the sausage. That isn't paper. That's just how they look. Please don't come for me in the comments. Believe me, that's just how they're supposed to look. We're gonna fry up an egg, and then we're gonna get a little bit more parsley ready because we're gonna make a salad, a salsa. It's not really a salad, but it is a Latin type of a salad. We're gonna chop up some parsley, a little bit of red onion, and tomato. Believe me, this salsa is absolutely fantastic with this recipe. Chop up your onion julienne, nice and thin. Remember, in Latin America, all ingredients, especially onions, are cut very, very small or very, very thin. Let's cut up our tomatoes. You can peel your tomatoes if you want. I wash these babies real, real good. So I decided not to peel them. What is also very common in Latin America is taking out the seeds of the tomatoes. In other parts, we don't usually do that, but in Latin America, this is extremely, extremely common. Take out the seeds, chop these up, not quite so fine. This is, again, personal taste. You can make it a little finer if you want. I wanted to feel and taste my tomato. Put everything in a bowl, your onions, your tomatoes, add a little parsley, a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of salt and pepper, and this baby is done. Don't forget to stir it up. You don't want tasting that salt all in one bite, believe me. Get it all stirred up, and she is ready. Now let's plate up this bad boy. We're gonna put some of the potato cakes or yapingachos onto a plate, our delicious sauce on top, our sausages, our egg, and our salad. And voila, this baby is done. I don't know about you, I have worked several hours to make this. If you follow this recipe, hopefully it won't take that long. Filming is a whole different situation, but believe me, this smells absolutely delicious. And from the little bits I've been picking at it, yes, every chef has to pick at it a little bit. I know it tastes delicious, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little taster-oo. Big taster, this is a big bite. My favorite part of a fried egg is dipping into that yolk. Oh, yummy! You know, it's done right when the bottom of the yolk is hard, but then the yolk itself is nice and soft. So good. Okay, here we go. Yummy. Now let's get a full bite. A full bite. Come on. A little bit egg and sausage. Now that is a big bite. Here we go. Stuffed potato cake with cheese, beef, peanut sauce, salad, sausage. What else is there? Try the recipe. Don't forget to subscribe. Ring the bell for, hopefully YouTube will let you know. Usually doesn't like to, but let's just hope. Thanks for joining us this week here in Jenn and Masio's kitchen, and we'll see you next week for another cool video. Bye.